Some of the biggest mistakes people make when moving to Colorado Springs are the things they thought were once true. Today we're breaking down the biggest lies people believe about living in Colorado Springs, and some of them might surprise you.
So one of the biggest lies that we hear all the time is Colorado Springs is cheap. Now, was it affordable several years ago? Yeah, 100%. But what we are seeing is that Colorado Springs is no longer really cheap, or as I say, affordable. A ton of people that have relocated because just a few years ago, I think we were ranked like #1 city to move to. And so we are attractive. We're a beautiful state, right? So people love that. So they have flocked to Colorado Springs. So what once was affordable when it comes to housing and cost of living and all that kind of stuff is now I cannot honestly classify Colorado Springs as being cheap and or affordable.
Yeah, 5-6 years ago, Colorado Springs was below the median average when it comes to cost of living in the United States. And now in 2026, we are on the other side of the coin. We are above the national average. A ton of people moved here from other states that were also more expensive. And just in the last couple weeks, actually, we have helped a ton of families move to places. It's kind of strange. It's like the southeast coast. We've had Georgia, Carolinas, Florida. And honestly, like, we always dream about having a place to go when there's 3 days of terrible snow. We've looked there too. It's always not always what you see on surface level though. Colorado Springs property taxes are extremely cheap compared to national average. So if you're moving to Florida, the price of the home might look attractive, but also you got to look at things like flood insurance that can cause, drastic increases in the price of your home. But to be honest, it is a lie when people say that Colorado Springs is now cheap or affordable. It is relative. If you're moving from somewhere in California, it's probably cheap. If you're moving from Kansas or Nebraska, I would probably say that Colorado Springs is more expensive than most places in those areas. So please be sure to fact check some of these things because we are here to tell you all the truth.
I was going to say, or just reach out to us. Crystal and Sean, your local real estate agents, always here to help. Another one, which we do get this a lot because let's be honest, Colorado in general is stunning when it comes to the mountains. But a lot of people think that Colorado Springs is a mountain town. And I think that that's a little deceiving because can we see the mountains out our window every single drive? Yes. But are you living in the mountains? No. Very, very different feel, very different atmosphere, very different house styles, culture, all of that kind of stuff.
I just showed clients in Peyton just a few days ago, and it was a log house on like 5 acres. I have shown less than 5 log houses in my life in Colorado Springs because they just don't exist. So when people think of like mountain town, mom and pop shops, walkability, skiing, snowboarding, hiking, a lot of those things don't exist in Colorado Springs. It is very much a suburban area. There's construction going on all the time. We are continuing to grow. There are some absolutely stunning communities, but yes, in terms of being a mountain town, you're looking at Vail, Aspen, Breckenridge. It is drivable. You can be there in 3 to 5 hours if you want to go do those mountain town things. But yes, my vote is also no for the mountain town of Colorado Springs.
And I was going to say that, Sean, that, it's very different feel. Like the great thing is though, you guys, at Colorado Springs, you're not directly in the mountains. So you don't have to worry about, roads shutting down because the roads are so crazy. But the great thing about living in Colorado Springs is that it is just a few hour drive. And then you do get into the mountains and snowboard and ski or tubing. Or even just like we have a good friend that they have a condo in Breck. We actually have several friends that have condos in Breck.
Why don't we go?
I know, we need to go. And so they'll just go there just to kind of hang out and kind of escape the city life. And it is peaceful. It is quiet. It is absolutely stunning in every 4 seasons. It is stunning in the mountains. But is Colorado Springs a mountain town? I would say no.
Yeah, and on that note as well, the same clients that I was just showing in Peyton, they were like, we helped them buy 2 years ago here in Peyton. They live in like a suburban neighborhood though. And now they're looking for land for their horses. And the husband was like, they don't have trees in Colorado Springs and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, first of all, you live in Peyton, land of the prairies. We don't have trees out here very much. And does Colorado Springs have trees? Yes, it does, but you have to know where to look and which communities to look in. Peyton is not one of those areas that I would peg as like super developed land tree establishment. Black Forest just outside of it, absolutely. And other little pockets, do they have mature trees? For sure. So if that's something that you're looking for in the Colorado Springs community, reach out to us and we can direct you to those communities that will probably have that nature lifestyle that you're looking for. Because if you were told that it has trees and you move to Peyton, then you're probably not going to have a great experience.
This one is always a fun one because as you guys know, we're your local real estate agents, right? So we help you guys relocate here from all over, really. I mean, out of the country, out of the state, in the state. But from people coming out of the state, a lot of people are like, your Colorado Springs weather is terrible. And terrible is a pretty crazy word to me, but I will say, do we have bad days? Yes. Do we have crazy hailstorms like we just had 2 freaking days ago?
If
yes.
You were here 2 days ago and your name is Adam, the reason we're filming in our living room is because we have construction going on. Thanks, Adam. But his truck was downtown Colorado Springs 2 days ago. Roll the B-roll clip. His truck is likely totaled because Colorado Springs can catch you sideways sometimes.
Well, and unfortunately, we have had clients that have reached out that have had a ton of damage. But so, is the weather crazy on certain days? Yes. But to sum up our weather as being terrible all around, I just don't think is accurate. I think that, we have 4 seasons and they're very, very dedicated 4 seasons. Sometimes our summers run a little bit longer. Sometimes our falls run a little bit longer. Sometimes our winters run a little bit longer. Sometimes our springs run a little bit longer. But you get 4 dedicated seasons. And so our weather, I mean, like right now it's summertime, it's a little overcasty, but it's still beautiful. I'm in shorts, like it's not terrible. We just have terrible days.
Now, our climate is dry. However,
very dry.
What I will say about this topic is that we have people reaching out from the south and the southeast where it's hot and humid, like 100 degrees and 100% humidity. And Colorado Springs is our landing spot because they want sunny and 75 summers. We also have clients that reach out about their extremely harsh winters in the climates that they live in, and they want to move to Colorado Springs for a more mild winter climate. So we have mild winters with crazy days. We have mild summers with crazy days, and just pay attention to the weather all the time because you never know if it's going to hail or rain or snow or whatever. So as long as you pay attention to the weather to avoid those crazy times, you should be just fine. And I would say that yes, we do have 4 dedicated seasons, but they're all mild, which is the greatest part in my opinion, because I do not like super, super cold winters or 70 feet of snow. But I do enjoy one day where it snows like crazy. You have a lot of snow to look at. Pikes Peak looks beautiful. And then within a day or two, the snow is melted because it's sunny and 60 in like November, December, and January. It can get crazy like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Colorado Springs is basically Denver.
Big lie.
Like, first off, have you drove through Denver? Yeah, no, you guys. Now, will I say that a lot of people from Denver move to Colorado Springs, even Castle Rock, to kind of get out of the big city? And so are we growing? Absolutely. Are we Denver? No. And I honestly don't think, and I mean, I should like knock on wood with this comment, but do I think that we'll continue to grow? Absolutely. And that's amazing. Do I think that we're ever going to be as big as Denver? I really don't think so. I think that we will still stay kind of a small town with a big city feel, but it's not super crazy like Denver.
Yeah, Denver is, and if you're an outsider, I can understand how this can be confusing because Denver is Colorado's biggest city and Colorado Springs is the second biggest city. So why would they not correlate? Well, there's a reason they're called the Denver Broncos and the Denver Nuggets and the Colorado Rockies and the Avalanche. None of them are Colorado Springs teams, and you won't see that they're not going to relocate those tremendously big venues to Colorado Springs. We're never going to have the population that Denver does. We're never going to have the pricing that Denver does. I think that all of those attractions and the restaurants and the lifestyle that exists in Denver for a reason. So it will always outpace the Colorado Springs community. And even though we have grown tremendously, like you heard us talk about in the beginning of this video, Colorado Springs, even though it is growing, still has that small community lifestyle to it. We go out in public and we run into people we know almost every single day, and you can't get that in Denver.
No. And the other thing too is that I think Colorado Springs will continue to grow. And, it's exciting because Denver is huge and they have so many like different amphitheaters. For example, Red Rocks, if you guys, first off, kind of side note, but if you guys ever come visit Colorado in general, go have a concert at Red Rocks. I'm telling you, it's one of the best experiences. I don't care if the band is horrible or if they're like one of the best bands, it will be an amazing concert. They just had like a kids rave there, like legit little kids rave there. And it was huge. The whole thing was packed, but the views, everything. Anyway, go to Red Rocks if you haven't been. But like Colorado Springs is growing in the sense of like, we now have a little amphitheater. Will we have like a bigger venue? I don't really know. Like we have little bits of amazing things that kind of Denver has, but just kind of on a smaller scale. But also it feels more family. We can go into a restaurant in Colorado Springs and we'll probably know someone, but you feel like it's family. You feel like you're going to your grandma's, house for dinner or something like that. You go to freaking Denver, we go to, we have clients in Denver. And so we'll go and stop and it's like
transactional.
It's very transactional. It's like, okay, what do you want? How do you want it? Okay, here's your check. Goodbye. Whereas here it's like, how are you guys? How's work? They don't even know us, but they make you feel like you're family and that kind of stuff. Like we're not Denver.
Yeah.
Like Denver just has a completely different feel.
Yeah, I would say it's more fast paced. It's more transactional. Colorado Springs is slower pace. It's more, relationship. Yep. Perfect word. Like we don't have the traffic that Denver does because we don't have the population that Denver does. So we don't have the environmental, like, what is the right word? Disgustingness with the gas and the trash and the everything. Like Colorado Springs is just
don't think that's probably like politically correct.
Colorado Springs is just a cleaner city aesthetically. Like you go to Denver and you're like, wow, Denver's kind of, busy and run down a little bit. Different pockets are obviously gorgeous in Denver as well. But in a whole, I would say that you go there and you just feel very like wound up, tightened.
So if you're moving to, or if Colorado Springs is on your radar, give Sean and I a call because we want to help you. All right, you guys, the best place to live is always the most expensive. We have to debunk that one. Like so much because especially here in Colorado Springs, we have so many affordable pockets of neighborhoods that are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we just did a video last week actually on the Stetson Hills community. It is below the average cost of a single family home in Colorado Springs. So if you haven't watched that one after you finish this one, go check that one out. But I'm gonna give you two drastically different examples to prove my point here. One of them, which if you've done any research on Colorado Springs, you've probably heard of it. It is the Broadmoor, and the other one is gonna be Flying Horse. Flying Horse is a gated community on the north end of town. It is considered one of like the most appealing neighborhoods, more bougie neighborhoods to live in, very pristine neighborhoods to live in Colorado Springs. And then the Broadmoor is going to be on like the southwest side, very, very close to nature, very historic, older homes. Like some of them are mansions, like 8,000 plus square feet. Some of these houses are with huge lots. But the architecture there is very, very, very unique, which to some people, it is very appealing. I would say that both of these neighborhoods, you could easily find $1 million plus homes. Some of them come with land. Some of them are a little bit smaller. But for our lifestyle, I personally wouldn't want to live in either one of those communities, not because they're not great, but just because they don't fit where we're at in our current phase of life.
Well, and like with that said, you know, like Flying Horse is, you guys, it is a stunning community. We've helped people buy there. We've helped people sell. They love the community. The amenities are top notch. There's not very many houses that are less than $1 million there, honestly. But everything there for the most part is going to be all modernized and stuff like that. Broadmoor, like Sean was talking, you're not going to find a house there that's modernized unless it's like a flip, right? Which there are not very many of them because people that buy there basically live there forever, and their styles don't change like how we would, you know? But with that said, like each pocket, each different neighborhood that we ever talk about, it is perfect for someone. And so if for some reason that's something that you're wanting, if you want a golf course to be accessible, if you like kind of having, you know, riding the golf cart and smoking a cigar and talking with your buddies, if you are retired, if you want something that's community, Flying Horse is freaking amazing for all of that.
Absolutely. And the houses are stunning. Don't get me wrong.
Gorgeous.
But it doesn't mean that you have to buy $1 million house to have $1 million lifestyle in Colorado.
100%. And so I think that that's kind of the thing, is that it's very easy to kind of get sidetracked into our bigger, our more luxury neighborhoods. But that's not what consumes Colorado Springs. I would say that that's probably like a handful of our different neighborhoods that we have. But for the most part, a big chunk is going to be, you know, Stetson Hills, Banning, Peyton, Fountain,
Flying Horse.
Briargate.
Yep. Wolf Ranch, Cordera. Yeah, Briargate. There's all different kinds of communities and all different prices and all different lifestyles. So if you're curious about what some of these communities look like, what the price point is, what that community gets you, one, check out our channel. We've probably recorded a video on it already. And if you have more specific questions and you're considering Colorado Springs, comment below, call us, text us, 719-238-1771. We help people move from all over the country all the time.
So we saved the last one. I just have to laugh at it, you guys, because it happens all the time. All the time. Literally all the time.
And the guy, play a little interrupted B-roll of Adam interrupting our recording today. So Adam's doing our remodel in our house right now, and Adam is the perfect example because he bought his house how long ago?
Forever ago. Probably like what,
6 years? I was gonna say 6 years
ago, yeah.
This is like my favorite poke fun of topic, and I pre-warned everyone.
So we'll be showing, and there will be an unfinished basement. And everybody will say, oh, well, we could just finish that after we close. You can.
Especially people that have never had a basement before, and so they're unfamiliar with the cost, the timeline, the process, the permits, the inspections, and everything else that goes into finishing a basement.
And so what we'll do oftentimes is we will take the square footage and we'll send it up to our contractor, Adam being one of them, Ryan with RC Construction is another one that we super trust. And we'll say, hey, what's a going rate to finish a basement? Very basic, nothing crazy, just some flooring, drywall, maybe a bedroom, bathroom, right? Nothing crazy. And then they'll tell us like what around the average square footage is. And every single buyer will be like, oh, that seems really high. Okay, we can do it after we close. Mm-hmm. Funny, since Sean brought it up, I wasn't gonna call Adam out, but Adam is a handyman. Adam knows exactly what to do and how to do it. And guess what? He still has not finished his basement. And that is because, you guys, you think you're gonna finish it, but life is freaking crazy. And you don't have time. You don't have time, or you put away money and then something else happens. And so that money, which is for your basement finish, but the basement is just a luxury, goes to the emergency, and you just don't do it.
Yeah, and when we show buyers and they're all excited and they're looking at all these beautiful homes and, oh, this one has 600, 700, 800 extra square feet. It's unfinished space. Oh, well, for now, we'll just leave the Christmas decorations and stuff down there, and then we'll build that extra bedroom. We always warn people, hey, to this day, I'm almost 6 years in, you're 8 years in. I can honestly say I can't think of one single client that has ever finished their basement after they've moved in. Adam being one of them. And he is the contractor. Like, he does know what he's doing. He does know how long it takes. He does know the process. And he told us on day one that he was going to do it. He still hasn't even started. So if you're considering moving to Colorado Springs, and you think you want a house with an unfinished basement, for whatever reason that is, I would caution you that that project is going to take a little bit more time and a little bit more money than you're expecting it to. Reach out to us and we can get you the quote for it. But yes, finishing a basement is a huge debunk. Most people, at least that we've worked with, do not end up doing it. So it is great extra space. It is great extra potential square footage. It can add a ton of value to your home if you choose to finish it out. But don't plan on that process being done unless you start the project. And she's actually convinced me of this. If you want something done, do it immediately, which at first I wasn't on board with, but then we've bought a few houses and I'm like, we just helped clients yesterday. They're fully remodeling their entire house and they're moving to North Carolina actually. And we asked them, how long have you lived here? 8 years. And now they're just starting the remodel process. So something to think about when you're purchasing your home. Set some extra money aside to do the things that you think you want to do, because if you don't get around to it when you first purchase the house, you might not ever get around to doing it.
It's still like mine. I always giggle. I have to with it.
But good for us. We're 2 years in and we're remodeling our bathroom. Go us.
All right, you guys. So there were just a few of the things that we hear a lot that, people think are true, but they're not. They're not. So if you are relocating here to Colorado Springs and you have questions, maybe you've been hearing some stuff on the internet, maybe your grandma's best friend's uncle lived here like 20 years ago and they told you this, give us a call, send us a text. We don't care if you're not in the market to move here tomorrow. We want to be your resource, your guide, to kind of help you determine if Colorado Springs is a good fit for you, and or when you're ready, we're ready to take you out and get you acquainted with Colorado Springs. So until the next one, we will see you then.